Yo, guys, what's going on? Will J824 here, coming at you guys with a brand new video. I just wanted to tell you guys, welcome to the Undead Podcast. We're getting started. This is the first ever podcast for the Undead organization. Starting off above me, I've got my boy Cam.
Hi, what's up?
Then going to the bottom left side, well, right side for me, that's going to be my boy Nick.
Hello.
And then above Nick, we got the man Prophecy.
Yes, sir. What's going on, guys?
Getting started into this, just wanted to let you guys know. So Undead is going to be the brand new esports organization that I am a part of and I am a co-owner of. We've got Cam as one of the co-owners, Prophecy as one of the co-owners, and we also have my boy Nick as one of the co-owners. We are all also going to be content creators under the mantra, and then, making content, putting videos out for when we have time, and also... What fucking thing did I lock in this? Oh, well, we'll move on. We're going to have hiccups in the first episode. That's okay. But just wanting to start above me, I'm going to have my boys introduce themselves so you guys can get to know them a little bit better, so you guys can get to know the Undead community and welcome them to the org. And we're just going to kick it off with Cam. Cam, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let out what you wanted them to know, and we'll get going.
What's up? My name is Cam. I'm fucking shit at COD, and I'm just here. I'm just here.
Fucking valid. Fucking heard him on that. All right, and then we will go to my boy Nick. Go ahead.
Hello, my name's Nick. I go by in game. My name's Frosty. I will be helping out some of the Valorant side on things and helping around with the org.
We love that. We love that. All right, let's get to my boy Prophecy.
Yo, my name is Prophecy. I compete in COD and I also compete in cooking competitions. I'm also a captain for Undead Esports in Group C because my schedule is kind of rough, so I play late nights and that's the only time I can find a team. So, yeah.
Hell yeah, boys. Hell yeah. All right. So kind of looking at the little Google Doc that I kind of have going on here, just kind of talking about some of the stuff that we have. Obviously, welcome you guys to the pod and everything. What do you guys see, as long as you guys can still see it? What do you guys see that you guys want to talk about first?
Let's talk through like the CDL and like all the rosters that form.
Hell yeah. Let me bring that shit up. I will bring that up, and teams. All right. So I've got the team pages. Which team do you want us to go to first, boys?
Let's start left from Breach and try to work our way through.
All right. All right. So in the off season, I know that, well, these obviously aren't updated, so I'll fix that in post, but I know that Awakening did get dropped and they ended up picking up Nasty. So the team is going to be Cammy, Nasty, Purge, and Snoopy. And then obviously they still have their coach Shawnee. So what do you guys kind of think about that roster? What do you guys think about the slaying power that they might have, especially bringing in Nasty, who just came off of losing in champs to Optic, and then they also lost to Optic as well in EWC. I mean, what are you guys feeling about this team? Even though like this roster right now is wrong on the website, but what are you guys thinking about the team? What do you think they'll be able to bring, especially in standings, depending on their strength of schedule?
I'll go one by one, or
I mean, whoever wants to talk, man. Free for all.
I like this team, honestly. I know Snoopy was rumored to go to Heretics.
Mm-hmm.
That deal fell through, and then they picked up Nasty, which I think is a good pickup compared to Awakening. I just feel like Awakening, ever since MW 2019, he hasn't been as great as he could be. It's kind of sad to see a player like him just fall down like that. But that team's going to be a good team, honestly. I really like the Cammy and Nasty duo there.
Absolutely.
I think with that team, like in the past, like the BO6, they were good. Like they started out pretty well, but I think they have times where they have hiccups when they're facing these super teams and they can't perform at their highest. Like Snoopy's he's really good. He's an all-star and everything else, but he's got to have
he's got to have his teammates like surround him and help him out during these big teams matches, like as far as Optic, Thieves, and all the superpower teams.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think that, well, wasn't last year, sorry, MW23. It was his rookie season, right? Snoopy's?
Yeah,
I
because
think
he
he's
came
just
in at
starting.
champs.
Yeah, he came in for champs. I think he's just starting, and I think he's going to be really fucking good this year. I haven't really seen much of Boston this year so far. I haven't really been watching the preseason shit. I watched the Invitational and I watched the Case-On, but I haven't really seen a bunch of Boston play. Yeah. But I think Snoopy's going to do pretty good this year from what I've saw, the little bit that I saw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, everybody, when Snoopy was coming up, when they picked him up, they were saying he was like the next iteration of Shotzi, which I think is like big props. And that's also like really big shoes for him to like fill. So, I mean, that is kind of the little thing that hangs over his head. I think he has to find a way to make him be like, hey, I'm not the next iteration of Shotzi, I'm Snoopy. That's like my biggest thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I definitely think that team can be a sleeper team. I think it's going to be a team that is under the radar, especially just kind of starting out, because especially if you think into last year, that was the team that Optic was expected to beat in their first league match, and they ended up losing in a round. I think it was around 10, game 5. Mm-hmm. So that is one of the things. They are a sleeper team, I think, coming into this season, but I also do think, Nick hit it on the head. It really does depend on like how the team gels. I really think that them bringing in Nasty is going to help Cammy. So Cammy can probably unlock that potential of being a Cold War Cammy again. And I definitely think I saw glimpses of it last year, but I think Purge and Snoopy are a good sub duo, but I really wonder how it's going to correlate to this game, especially it being a lot more faster pace going into the season.
Yeah, and I think that's gonna help Snoopy a lot because he's more of a faster paced player, right?
Yeah,
and a faster paced game is gonna make him shine.
Yeah, 100%. So I think this team, excluding Awakening, which he's gonna be a good challengers pickup depending on how teams go this year. It depends. They could be in the top of the league, or they could really flounder, and they could be one of the bottom teams. But I also I think just going through it, I see them as the middle of the pack team. So I see them being that like 4 or 5 seed going into possibly champs weekend and things like that.
As of right now, on Breaking Point, they are 12th.
They're 12th? Holy shit.
Yeah, they're at the bottom. But they also haven't played a lot, right? They haven't played a lot.
That's fair.
They got first rounded a couple times, and that's really hurt.
That is true.
Their stats.
I do think with them though, with Breach, it's gonna depend on how well they compete with these super teams.
That's fair.
Are they gonna be able to stand with them? Are they gonna be able to is it gonna be just a Snoopy show? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's all gonna depend on how well they can do against these super teams.
100%.
Cammy go fucking crazy because it's a Black Ops title. He's good at Black Ops titles. He better do good this year.
Yeah,
he will.
Because he shares my name, so I don't want him to do us dirty.
Going into the next team, we have the Carolina Royal Ravens, which obviously CDL is hella wrong. So hold up, we're gonna pull up Breaking Point.
Yep. Right now it's Craze, Lurks, Nero, and Slasher.
That's what I figured it was. I just couldn't remember what the teams were 100%. Right. And teams players. Here we go. It's crazy that the season starts on Friday. I wasn't prepared for that as we wait for this to load. But going into the Carolina Royal Ravens, Craze, who was a rookie that everybody was talking about last year, going into getting like EWC, there were a lot of people like Methods, a lot of people that look at challengers going, holy shit, like this kid needs to be picked up. His POV is insane. And then you also have another rookie in Lurks, or is it Lux? It's Lurks, right?
Lurks,
yeah. And then obviously you have the veteran leadership of like Nero and Slasher. I'm curious how this is going to be because of the fact of I know how this team's like built. They're putting Nero, who is predominantly more of an SMG player, on that flex role now. And then you have the 2 rookie SMGs. So having 2 rookies, I'm wondering how that's going to gel for them. But you do have Slasher in that leadership like role for the team. My biggest concern is Slasher having the same, like, so to say, issue that he had with Snoopy, where he's in this leadership role, he's here to help the team get better, but then by what we heard from rumors, when it was Slasher on that Boston Breach roster in MW3, Snoopy didn't know spawns. So, I mean, as long as this team and these rookies know their spawns, I think this could be a real dark horse team. I really think that they could be the team that nobody's expecting, especially because they have so many players on the roster that just have that like takeover momentum potential, especially coming in with Craze, because he had a lot of those in challengers last year. And then obviously Nero can just pop off at any moment.
Craze was on that Omit roster from last year, right? The one that won
Yeah.
challengers.
He was the one. Yeah. He was the one that was with Mamba.
Yeah, it was with Mamba. That team was crazy. That was a really good match to watch live.
Yeah.
I think with this roster, you're mixing 2 rookies with 2 vets.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like what you're saying, Will. It's pretty much how well are the rookies gonna perform with these vets? Like, how are they gonna contribute? Like, are they gonna come in there and do their jobs, or are they gonna underperform and get dropped eventually?
Yeah, 100%.
I think I think Nero is the SMG, and I think Lurks is the flex. If I'm not mistaken. I think so. I think Craze and Nero are the subs, and Lurks and Slasher are the ARs.
Okay.
So I think with that, I think the issue with that is that I think there's going to be a pacing issue between the main AR and the 3 other players. Because from what I know from Craze and Lurks, they're both fast players. And everybody knows Nero is just going to run at you. Like, he's really good at that. Him and Vivid on the same team was amazing to watch. But on this team, I just think that's going to be an issue with the pacing. I'm not a big fan of Slasher. I don't know how he got the keys to the city again. But I mean, hey, he's doing some that I'm not, so I can't hate on him. But I mean, yeah, this team I think should be 12th in the ratings, just on my personal opinion. I think Boston Breach has a higher potential and higher ceiling than this team.
Yeah.
How many years do we think Slasher has left in the scene?
Maybe probably like another season after this, and I think he's done. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I think this might be his last season if he doesn't play well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He didn't do too bad last year.
It really depends on his play. That's what I honestly think. It depends on his play if he's going to be here for another season. Because in all honesty, he could get dropped mid-season if he's not playing up to like the way the team. If he's not playing up to the pace that the team needs to, and they need to make a pace change, you see another young AR get picked up. Especially like looking in challengers, there are a lot of up and coming ARs, and this could be that spot where it's like Awakening gets picked up, depending on how he plays. I'm not trying to
I don't think
bring my boy Illy into this, but I think Illy on this team would be a fucking that team would be so good, honestly.
If Illy was on this team, I think they would be gross, because Illy is a great leader, especially with the fact that Illy also has great S&D prowess. He knows exactly what he's doing when it comes to S&D. He knows how to play every round. And in all honesty, like, I would love to see Illy in the league again. When he joined that Surge roster in the beginning of Modern Warfare 2023, I think that was one of the best pickups they could have had. And he was he was lights out in the beginning. And then going into that stage 1, he just he fell off, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all that stuff that happened behind the scenes happened as well. So
I'm gonna have to agree with Prophecy on this one. I think they're gonna be below Boston Breach.
100%. All right.
They
Going.
they just need their second AR to go fast.
They really do.
Slasher's too slow.
It just has to equal pacing. So going into the New York roster, Cloud9 last year kind of had an abysmal first year in the CDL. You had who was it? Sib, Mac, Vivid,
Patch,
and Attach, right? That's what it was. The first four.
No, I don't think Vivid was on Cloud9. He was on Carolina last year.
What was Afro?
Oh, it might have been.
It was Cap,
You're
wasn't
right.
it? Was it Cap on it?
No.
The Cap was a replacement after they dropped Mac. Hold on. Let me see. We can cross reference.
You can just Google.
No, I got it right here.
Oh,
Cramp.
it's
Cramp.
Cramp.
It was Cramp.
Okay, yeah,
That's who I was. What about a PDF template? Anyway, so Cramp and Mac were the original two, and then it was Attach and Sip. Going into that last season, honestly, like I was hoping for a little bit more out of Sib. I felt like last year Sib really did not contribute that much. He had his moments, but he was more flat than anything. And I felt like he was not playing to what he should be. Especially coming off a season where you're with New York, you make it to the grand finals again of champs, but you lose to an Optic team. And I'm, going once we get there, there's a lot that comes for Sib this season, and hopefully he's able to stand up to it. But looking at this team, Afro comes back in the league. We've got Mac back in the league, and then we have Vivid joining that team after being dropped last year from Carolina, and then Beans coming off of a really good season with Ultra.
My boy Beans, man.
I'm curious how this roster is going to gel. That's my biggest concern here is roster gelling, because all of them have good takeover potential, but I also didn't watch enough challengers last year to see how well Afro was doing. So that is a concern.
Afro was slamming. He was playing real well. He was playing real well.
Then I think that'll be good, because I think a Mac and Afro duo for your subs will be a good duo. It just really depends.
I think they play the same pace too, so that's really good.
And I think that'll be good.
The problem with this roster that I'm looking at it right now is Vivid. Vivid last in BO6, he was probably one of the worst players that I have ever seen, honestly. And then I'm just curious to see how he does in BO7 with all the movement. Can he keep up? Is the thing.
Yeah. I don't think this year is going to be a problem for him. As long as he doesn't get dropped, I don't see him having an issue this year. I think that the issue, honestly, would be the Mac. Like, if he can pick it up and the pacing wise, or slow it down when he needs to, you know what I mean, and make the right plays. And it's
also Vivid and Mac together won Challengers Champs last year.
That is true. That is true.
That's fair.
But both of them have been kind of in and out, like on that line of in the CDL, then dropping back down, then back in the leagues and back down for the last, couple of years now?
Yep.
I could see them. It really depends on how they start the year. Depends on their strength of schedule. They could be either like bottom, like 7-8, maybe 6-7-8, especially going to like champs. But during the whole entire season, I mean, it really depends. You could see them as that like 6-7-8 seed, or you could just see them bottom of the whole entire like barrel of everything. But it really depends.
I really hope that they do pretty good this year. Mainly because my boy Beans is on there. I don't know what it is. I just fucking love Beans. I don't know what it is.
I love his Strokes, bro. His Strokes are amazing.
Yeah. Sure. I got his fucking signature right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's
you can.
My boy Beans.
There it is.
Nice.
There's the Beans signature.
My boy Beans.
Now, before we start talking about the team, let's talk about the rebrand. So obviously a lot of teams this year rebranded. So you have a lot of teams, especially Paris now back in the league. Instead of it being the Los Angeles Gorilla Mates, it's now the Paris Gorilla or Paris Mates, which I think is good. But then you also have like Minnesota rebranding to G2 instead of it being Rocker. And you have Toronto going from Toronto Ultra to Toronto Koi. And then you obviously have the Falcons. They're not the Vegas Falcons anymore. They are the Riyadh Falcons. So that gave room for a team to take over the Vegas spot, which FaZe decided. I want to hear from everybody. What do you guys think about the rebrand for FaZe? How do you guys feel about like what they decided to go with, like as a whole for that? Because my personal opinion, I don't know about the pink. Like FaZe is red and black. That's what they've always been. And you going to a pink and like chartreuse color kind of throwed me for a loop when I saw it. But what does everybody else think?
I'm gonna just come out here and say it. I love the branding. I love it with a passion. I know like FaZe has always been red and black, but the pink and the white and the black, oh dude, I don't know, it just does something to me. And like it's Vegas, so like that's what I associate Vegas with, bright colors, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean that's just how I feel. I love the branding. I think it's great.
Okay.
That's totally fair. I get your point. But FaZe has been around for so long in the Call of Duty scene, right? And then all of a sudden switching up the color scheme, no. I don't like it that much.
They should have stayed in Atlanta, is my opinion. I think
I agree with that too. They should.
I miss the red, but like I kind of see your point, Prophecy. That pink looks so good. I don't know what it is, but in my opinion, I think they should have stayed in Atlanta.
It's kind of funny how they leave to go to Vegas, and that the moment they leave, they get an Atlanta event. That's kind of messed up on.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy. But,
dude,
has there been any Atlanta events in CDL history yet?
Yeah, there was a home series, but it got canceled.
Yeah, 2020 that fucking sucks, because of COVID. They were supposed to have that, and then it got canceled because of COVID.
And they never went back.
Pretty sure Toronto still had their home series. So,
but you know, now talking about the rebranding, let's get into the team, because the team as a whole, just last year after another disappointing finish, top 6 finish, just like the year before. They decided at the end of 2024, hey, we're going to stick together. That team ends up winning EWC. And then going into this year, they finished top 6 again. And then going into EWC, I think they bowed out at top 8.
Yeah. They got slammed by
so they made bracket.
Yeah, they made bracket, but they got slammed by Omit, I think.
By Omit?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they lost to the Challengers team.
Yikes, dude!
They lost to the team that had Mamba on it.
Yeah, that's Omit.
So the Challengers team.
Yeah.
So, you know, going into that, a lot of team changes happen, right? So initially what they do, they drop draws, and then Celium leaves and Abizi leaves. So you just leave Simp. So then they end up re-signing draws, but then you come in and you pick up 2 cats out of Vancouver in Abuza and 04.
Okay, I'm just checking it there now. They didn't even make bracket.
They didn't make bracket?
They didn't make bracket.
Holy crap.
They placed 9-12.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So after a really bad finish, especially at EWC, they pretty much dropped the whole entire roster besides Simp, and they're like, this is our guy. We're going to rebuild him around him. Don't get me wrong. Simp the Pimp, he can take over. That guy is gross. But bringing in 04 and Abuza, watching how they've played in some of like the scrims that I've seen or anything like that, I think the pacing looks good. I think the team gelling looks good. My concern is it's going to be another season where Simp has to put everybody on his back and he has to do everything. Because that's what it was at the beginning of last year. They were slipping, and then Simp popped that 1v4 in the the very first minor tournament, and that kind of kickstarted them into going into Major 1 and winning it. And also, another thing that I think of, Simp's been competing since Black Ops 4.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to think about the longevity. Simp is younger, but you have to think of the longevity. Simp has been with FaZe since the start of the CDL, and he came off being on an E United team where he had Clayster, and he had Arcides, and he had Pristini.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious, like, what's going to happen depending on a lot of situations, because it depends on how they start. I think that's really where this all, like, comes out, is it depends on how every team starts. That's going to be the kind of way that it goes. And I feel like it could also be different. Somebody can make a team change in the middle of the season, and it could change their whole entire trajectory, because Optic did it last year. They went 0-18 in map count, and they ended up getting rid of Pred, getting rid of Kenny. They picked up Skies, then they drop Skies, and then they bring in Mercules, and they just skyrocketed to end up winning back-to-back champs. I think this team, on paper, has a lot of potential, but it also depends on in-game and how they play off of each other. I think the pacing for 0-4 and Simp is going to be good, because I feel like they just replaced Abizi with a younger Abizi. He plays very much like Abizi. But then you have 0-4, you have Abuza, who is one of the greater young ARs in the league after coming into it in the beginning of 2023. So it depends a lot on how Draza and Abuza are going to play together, because I think Simp and 0-4 have kind of already got that chem to be able to play together, because it's like he's playing with a younger Abizi.
Yeah, I really like Abuza. I mean, statistically, because I'm bringing up the stats right now,
Yep.
Abuza has been the best FaZe player since all the preseason tournaments.
Yep.
So he's been doing his thing. It's the issue is mostly Draza right now. He's kind of dropping the ball a little bit on the team, but they're all sitting at a 0.9, so it's not like bad per se. But like, I mean, we all know what Draza and Sim can do. I'm a big Draza fan. Fun fact, he was the very first pro I ever got a picture of, with, and he's signed my first controller. So I like him a lot. So like he's a good guy. Out of the game, of course, but I don't know. I as an Optic fan, I hope they don't play as good as we've previously seen. But I do like them. I like this team a lot.
Optic fans, man.
Looking at this FaZe Vegas team, I mean, you take it back to BO6, right? They bring in two of the players that made the finals in Abuza and 0-4, right? You bring them in and replace who do they replace again?
Abizi and Celium.
Abizi and Celium. You take that and like you were saying, you get younger talent. But the thing is, watching these like preseason tournaments, they're not gelling. For some reason, they're just not putting it all together. I feel like I agree, but I see them underperforming this year. I don't know what it is. I just see them underperforming. I don't think they're gonna. I think it's a slight downgrade of what they had last year, to be honest.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, but I think Abuza's really fucking good. I think that he's going to do incredible this year. Would I like to see him on the team that I like? Yeah, personally, yeah. I'm going to leave it there before I go on a rant. But
yeah,
I'll go on that rant later when we get to that team.
I think that team is a top 5 team, though. Don't get me wrong. I think that team's a top 5 team. I just don't see them a top 3.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I think I see them middle of the pack, top 5, top 4. Do I necessarily see FaZe I mean, as the way that like they put it, especially when it comes to like the FaZe CS team, if anybody has watched any kind of CS or any competitive CS, it really depends on if FaZe can pull off that FaZe bullshit, where it's like you don't think that they're gonna be good, and then randomly they're on a 12 map win streak, and they're just 3-0ing everybody. It really depends on how they gel, especially going into the beginning of the season on Friday. At the time Friday, don't know when this podcast is being released, but it really depends on how they gel. It really is hyper dependent on how Draza plays with Abuza, and in all honesty, how the SMGs play with the ARs. Because the SMGs seem like they've got teamwork. You see 04 sliding in and Simp picking up 2 pieces in a lot of the scrims and things that I've seen. And then you see Simp doing some of the baiting too. Simp will slide in, 04 will pop a 3. But it really does depend on how the team is going to gel. And then going into the next team that we have on the list, which is going to be that G2 Minnesota roster, like, at the end of last season, they were in the hunt with Optic. It was going to be them or Optic going into that 8th seed to make champs. And them having the likes of Geo, Nero, Estriel, and it was Kenny. And before Kenny, I think it was Skies, right?
Yeah.
Pollux.
What was the Skies? Yeah, it was Pollux.
It was Pollux. You're right. But going into the new G2 roster, I think they put a lot of players around Estriel because they found out that's going to be their quarter piece. They were like, that's the guy that we want to build around, because Estriel has shown year after year now, being in the league 2 years, that he has the pop off and takeover potential that you want from one of your players, especially if you're down certain maps or you really need big kills going into a hill rotation or to change the pace of a search and destroy round. So them keeping Estriel but bringing in a same kind of pace player in Kremp, who we know has been seen to take over in a lot of search and destroys, especially in the last couple of years, that is a scary duo. But I also love the pickup for Mamba and Skies. I think that AR duo can be really, really scary and dangerous. And I'm excited to honestly see Mamba play. I saw a lot of him play last year, especially in Challengers. I'm excited to see what he can bring to this role this year in the CDL and finally show what he's got.
So far, with all the rookies coming in this year, I think Mamba's probably the better one so far. We don't know who's going to show up mid-year, but as of right now, I think Mamba is probably going to be the rookie of the year. In my personal opinion, he's just really fucking good. Won Challengers champs last year. Yeah, he's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I think this G2 team, honestly, they're going to be a pretty good team this year. Skies, I was watching some of the pre-tournaments before this week. I guess they had a lot of those pre-tournaments. And Skies, I'm telling you, he was beaming. Him and Kremp is going to be one of those duos that are going to be hard to stop. And then adding in Mamba and Estriel, we've seen Estriel last couple of years compete. I mean, he's really good. So I think the downside is Mamba, but we'll see how he does. We'll see how he competes with all these pros and everything else. So
I mean,
he had a pretty rocky year last year on Optic.
Just a
pretty
hit sub in general.
Pretty sure it was like a Skyline Hardpoint. It went like 9 and like 30 or something like that.
Yeah,
it was not fun to watch. That was when the Optic was in their slump, but obviously, they came back, won champs.
Yeah, I mean, I love this team, honestly. I think this team makes sense from top to bottom. Kremp is looking amazing in this game. He's been really good. Like, he's been like a slept-on player the last couple of years, but he's been really good consistently. So I think them having him with Estriel, which Estriel has superstar potential, with a leader like Skies and a rookie like Mamba, dude, this team is top 4 in my opinion, honestly. I think they're going to be top 4 competing for chips this year.
Yeah.
I agree. Honestly, yeah.
I agree with that. I think this is like one of those, it's a solid it's a solid roster, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of teams that overlook the roster, and they just get surprised because of how much slaying power they have as a whole. But I think this roster definitely top. They have top 3 potential for the whole entire year.
Oh yeah, I
It
agree.
just depends on how they play.
Agree.
But then we go into the Los Angeles Thieves.
Everyone's favorite team.
Yep.
The Thieves last year, they built a super team. You had Scrap Hydra. You had
we did it at the same time.
Yeah,
we
super
did
team.
it at the
I
same
agree.
time. We
super
did it at
team.
the same time.
We have Scrap Hydra,
champs,
and
man.
then who else did they have? Who else was on that team? Scrap Hydra,
Envoy,
and
Ghosty.
Dan Ghosty was on
and Ghosty. That's right.
Yeah. Everyone in the fucking venue during champs was cheering when they got out top 8. It was so fucking funny.
I mean,
watching them bomb out top 8.
Let's be honest about it. They had the biggest. I mean, besides Optic, they had the biggest target on their back coming into the new season. Because Optic starting the new
100%.
season, they off a champs win. They were showing that they were the most dominant team, especially when they had Kenny and Pred. But then everything happens, they kind of fall off, and everybody's like, all right, this chip is more for either FaZe or LA. And, you know, they bow out top 8. It's just not a good finish, especially coming off back-to-back major wins. They win Major 3, they win Major 4. You go into champs, you're thinking they have the momentum. It's going to be one of those runs for Thieves. They're on the other side of the FaZe bracket, and you're thinking that FaZe is going to be Optic. Yeah. So you're thinking this is a run for it to be LAT versus FaZe. And ends up them dropping out, and they go into EWC. They don't have a good performance there, and you come in with, hey, this roster's not working. So they say goodbye to Ghosty and Envoy, which Envoy didn't have a good season. We can be honest about that.
Was horrible last year.
And Envoy, I'm
later on
concerned he might not have a good year this year, but it really depends. But you go into this new LA Thieves roster, they end up picking up Kenny. Kenny comes back. Why in the hell is Octane still on the roster on this?
They have Octane on it. Hey,
time out.
Octane instead of Kenny. I mean, bro, that team.
I mean, that would be a gross team. But I mean, Kenny goes back home after spending his last year with Minnesota and Optic. After coming off winning champs with Optic the season before last, Kenny goes back home. He goes back to the Thieves, and then you also pick up a Beezy coming off being let go by FaZe. So now your roster is Hydra, Kenny, Scrap, and Abizi. And looking at the tournaments that have been played so far up to this point before the beginning of the season, it looks like Scrap is carrying. I have not seen a lot of the pop-off potential out of a BZ, and I have not seen a Kenny takeover, and I also haven't seen Hydra. Hydra has not played like himself since the end of last year. I haven't seen him doing what Hydra does. I've seen Scrappy elevate his level of play, but I've also seen him die down his talk. He's not as vocal on socials really a lot anymore. He's more just letting his game talk for him, which I think is good. But
yeah, good.
I'm really, really, really concerned about the SMG duo here and how Kenny is gonna play.
Just don't ask for scraps in 15 class, or he'll roast the shit out of you. But no, this team, honestly, I think it's a pretty good team. You bring in Kenny back. He takes over that leader spot for the team, and we've seen in the documentary of Optics that he was wanting Optic to succeed a lot, and he was trying his best, you could tell. But I think I don't know, for some reason I think Kenny's gonna get this team to be a top top 5, top 6 team. You got the slaying power in Hydra and Scrap, and Avizi, but I think Kenny's going to be one of those that helps him out a lot as far as with the leadership is concerned.
Yeah.
And you got Avizi there, of course. He brings a lot of leadership in, but he's a part of the slaying power too. But I think Kenny's going to be the one that keeps the comms pretty settled and gets him a lot of wins.
Yeah, I don't see how you can't say this team is not a top 3 team. I mean, just based on names. I mean, you got Scrap, Hydra, and Abizi. Those people have been the top of their roles for the last couple of years. So like, it's kind of hard for me to say that they're going to be top 5, top 6. But I genuinely think they're gonna be like towards the later half of the season. They're gonna be like one of the best teams, honestly. I mean, that team is just so good. I don't see Kenny to be in the slump since he started out this beginning of the year, kind of on a downhill, like trending like he did last year. But I don't think that's going to stay forever. I think he's going to turn it around. So I don't know. I have high hopes for this team. Can't say I'm their number 1 fan, but like, I just don't think this team's going to be bad at all.
Yeah, I don't think this team's going to be bad at all. But Scrap has been the top AR since he's entered the fucking league.
Yeah.
He's going to do good shit. He's been basically, I don't want to say carrying, but I'm going to say carrying. Carrying this fucking roster. Even in the Kason thing, he had an amazing series. Who were they playing against? Was it against Paris? Where they lost?
Yeah.
No, they lost to Optic.
They did lose to Optic. He dropped, what was it, 39 and 20 something for the loss?
Yeah.
He's fucking crazy. He's really good. But I don't think his AR duo can kind of match that pace, right? So it's kind of a conflict of interest there, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, going into the next team, I'm gonna be honest. Heretics had a really good start to the year last year going into Major 1. Their Major 1 run was something that I don't think anybody was looking at from a perspective of like, yeah, Heretics are going to be top 3, top 4. Especially with them bringing in a rookie such as Rancor, which we hadn't seen play. I don't think I saw him play in Challengers the year before that in MW3.
I did.
Oh, there you go. See? Prophecy's got me. But I wasn't expecting the gameplay that I saw out of Rancor. And then them having Real and Metals, along with, I can't remember who else was on that roster, I'm going to be honest, but them going into this new season, they picked up Super in the middle of the season last year. So it ended up being Metals, Super, Rancor, and you also had Real. But the biggest problem coming into the offseason, they lost Real. And they're replacing him with Trakes, which I haven't seen him play. I don't know what that's going to be like, but I'm curious what they're going to have Metals playing, what they're going to have Super playing, because I don't know what he is. So this team is really like my unknown team. I don't know enough about them to be able to vouch if they're going to be good, if they're going to be bad. I just know that Rancor was a dominant AR last season. So if he can have another good season like he did last year, that could put them in a good spot in the top 8.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. This team is very, very unknown. I mean, of course, you've seen Super last year have some pop-off moments and everything else. And, of course, you got Metals there. And then Rancor. Didn't he win Rookie of the Year last year?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He also shared the Rookie of the Year title with Super.
That was a great moment, by the way.
That was fantastic. It was so sweet. Called him up on stage and everything. It was really nice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just don't know what this team is. I can't put them either top 5. I can't put them at the bottom because we just don't know how the rookie's going to do. Yeah.
Right now, I have them sitting at like a 5 or 6 right now.
That's fair.
There's a couple. They're not going to be the best team, but they're not going to be the worst team in the league.
I mean, dude, it's hard. It's hard for me to get my hands around this team. It's because like this team was so hot and cold last year, all year, But anytime like they were supposed to lose, they just dominated the top teams. You know what I mean? They were playing so well.
Exactly.
Like anytime they played against Optics, FaZe, Seattle at some points, they were just playing so good. Like, so I don't know much about Trakes, but I know Super and Rencor, that duo is, that's tried and true. That team's got to be really good. Metals is the biggest X factor for me, though, personally. Like he was last year. Like if he has a pop-off series, they're going to win the game easy. But if he struggles, that's the issue.
That is true. It really does depend on it does depend on Metals. That's how it's always been, especially with that Heretics team. It really depended on if Metals was going to actually help elevate your team to the level that you guys need to be, or in cases last year, it was either a Rancor takeover or it was a Real takeover. And then Super had his, especially when he came in, doing like certain search maps, like his one against Optic when Optic was sliding, he just took over that search map on Hacienda.
Right. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is a big sleeper team. It really depends because I haven't seen them enough, so I'm gonna really pay attention to them coming into the season because I want to see how they're going to do, especially because they have a player that I've never seen play before. I've seen the other three, but I don't know about this one. So it's a big unknown.
Right, me neither.
But
everyone's favorite team.
Do we have you go into the back-to-back champs.
Let's get to it. Everyone's favorite team.
Until we got a team in the league, this is the team favorite for a lot of the members right now. But abysmal start to the year last year. They end up dropping Pred the first weekend.
Not the beginning of the year. They did pretty well. It was like
they had a great first stage. You're right. They had a great first stage. They ended up getting rid of Pred and they brought in Hook, which was one of the top Challengers players. They bring back Hook after dropping him in 2022 with MW 2022 and him going off to Surge. So him coming off that Surge year, being picked up by Optic, coming back to Optic, they have a great first stage. They're 7-1. They're the number 1 seed, but they get bounced out by the Heretics. And then they go down, they play Gentlemates in the first round, which is a grueler of a series. And then they end up getting bounced out. I think it was top 8. Yeah. So top 8, and then they come back and they just come back to the drawing board. They drop Hook again. They bring back Pred. And that's where it all just kind of started to spiral down. They get 1-0-3, they get another 0-3, they get another 0-3. They end up coming to an 0-18 map count at the end of stage 2. Going into their own stage at home to drop Kenny to bring in Skies.
Yep.
They end up winning their first round matchup in the losers bracket, and then they lose out. I think that's top 12, right?
Yeah. Did they get top 12?
It was like top 8, so, possibly top 8. I can't remember, like but
whatever. They didn't win.
Yeah.
Going into that, they're thinking of not making a team change, so they're good. They play out stage 3. It's not great, but they play out stage 3. Going into stage 3, then you have a sub come in for the Toronto Ultra in Mercules, and everybody watches the young kid pop off. Nobody was prepared to see that because he wasn't playing Hardpoint until the year before. He hadn't played any. It was mostly just Search. So they get bounced out. I'm pretty sure it was top 8 again in Major 3. They come back. They're not going to make a team change. And, GM1, Zinni, he says, you got to make a team change. You got to bring in Merc before he gets picked up by another team. They bring in Merc. They go into stage 4. They get top 4. and it ends up turning into a whole nother thing. They level up going into champs, and they become your back-to-back world champions, and the team and the roster stayed the same. And I'm not going to lie, looking at a lot of the kickoff tournaments that they've done so far, a lot of the switcheroos, anything, dude, you have Merc on your team, you're running. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Mercules is something about, it doesn't matter what situation he's in. He's the plug and play piece. You could put him, I think, with honestly any team in the league, and he's going to help that team elevate. It doesn't matter what team you put him with. And I think
he's fucking insane.
Dude, I think he just ended up in a great situation, especially you're surrounded by 3 veteran players such as Dashy, Hook, and Shotzi.
All world champions, by the way.
All 2-time world champions now. Especially Shotzi is now 3.
Technically 4 if we're counting Halo.
Yeah, 4.
That is true. Shotzi is a 4-time world champion, but this team is just on paper gross. I see them as
on
top
in game. Like
the facts. It's
they're insane.
I can't say it's top 2 or bust, but I think it's honestly they're one of the top 3 teams in the league. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like one of the biggest Optic haters. I don't like Optic at all. I think they might, if they do really, really good this year, if they don't change anything, Hook does good, Mercury does good, I think they might have the 3-peat, honestly. This team is fucking crazy. There's only one team that I think might give them a little bit of issues. And they're their next team, so.
Yeah, I agree. Looking at this team, honestly, like they could 3-peat. I'm a huge Optic fan, and you got to feel for Hook getting dropped that many times, coming back, winning a ring at that point, bro. That is just honestly this team. If they win, if they 3-peat, this is a dynasty right here.
100%.
I'm gonna say this. I love Mercules, I do. But I will say everybody's not giving Shotzi his flowers. Shotzi has been the best player for Optic for multiple years, and he just got outshined by Mercules. I'm not hating at all. I love Mercules. I love his team. I'm a diehard Optic fan. But Shotzi is playing at an unreal level these last couple of years. It literally needs to be studied. The kid is insane. He's gross. Also,
literally,
fun fact, every big tournament that's been streamed with more than 15K viewers, an Optic member has made it to the grand finals. So that's a crazy stat, but that's a thing. That's high hopes for this team. I honestly have high hopes for this team.
Listen, as we talk about it, this brand new Paris Gentlemen's roster.
This team has a chance to be top.
They're top 2. They're top 2.
Yeah, they're top 3 at least. But I mean, they have a chance to win a couple of majors for sure this year.
Yeah.
So
I think the pairing of Ghosty and Sib actually was something that Ghosty needed.
Yeah.
Him and Sib have just been playing unreal. And if they're going to keep the boomstick in, you don't have Scrappy or anybody bitching about it to get it out. They keep the boomstick in. Sib is one of the best snipers in the league.
There's some good snipers on the team.
I mean, that's fair, but have you seen Sib with the boomstick?
Sib's pretty good.
He's gross.
Yeah.
But
have we seen Kismet with the sniper yet?
No, we haven't seen. I haven't seen any of Kismet with the sniper yet.
I don't think I've seen Kismet play at all this year yet. Actually, I don't think I've watched any Falcons at all.
But I agree with you guys 100%. This is top 3, top 2 team, especially with how Envoy and Neptune are playing. The biggest thing is your biggest what if is Envoy. It really depends.
Yeah. I think Envoy is kind of, I don't know, he's like an up and down player. Honestly, I don't think he deserves this roster spot. That's just me personally, how I feel.
Damn.
I think to bring in someone like my boy Johnny instead of Envoy, I think that would have been a good pickup as well. But that's just me glazing Johnny. But Neptune is a great pickup. that guy is actually really fucking gross at this game. He's been good, but this team is really good. I really like the whole dynamic. Ghosty and Sib. I think what Will was saying was that's what those two needed each other, and yeah, I'm excited to see them play this year.
I think this team has a lot of potential. And I think this could be the team that fully unlocks Ghosty, especially coming off of being picked up by Optic in 2022 after they were having roster troubles and Scump retires. I think this could be Ghosty's full breakout season of where he shows why he's in the league. But yeah, I honestly I have no more to say about Paris because holy shit, they're just gross. That's all I got, man. They're gross. But yeah. We get into the rebranded Falcons team. They came into the year last year. They were not a good team. Period.
Right.
And
what was their record? Like at the end, was it like 9 and whatever? It was something insane.
It was
bad.
No,
it was 3. And they only started winning when they picked up Pred.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It was not good.
If I go, hello, computer, are we lagging? What are we doing? Let's just do Call of Duty League Championship, and it got rid of it. Now I'm sad. Well, that one I know, but overall, last year...
Look at the roster they had.
Yeah.
The amount of fucking people they had.
Doom. Dude, they were changing so many people. I mean, TJ was only there for
the EWC.
For EWC, right? Yeah. So let's look at last year, right? We scroll into last year.
Oh, yikes.
03, 13, 13, 03, 13. So that's...
Those are all respawns, by the way, too.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't win a single surge.
03, 13, 13, 03, 03, 13, 03, 03, 13, 13, 03, 03, 32, 31.
We lost for the Falcons.
I know, bro. It sucks.
I was cheering for them so fucking heavy during that too.
1-3, 2-3 against Boston, 0-3 against Optic again, 0-3, 3-2 against G2, 1-3, 0-3, 0-3, 3-2 against Vancouver, lost 2-3 against G2, and then going into the Esports World Cup, they lose 1-3, they win against Team War, they lose 3-2 against Boston, and then the Launch Invitational, they 0-3 against FaZe, and they lose to Team War, which, mind you, had Doug Sensor Martin on it. Holy shit.
Yes, sir. And guess who else? Guess who else? My boy old Johnny.
Yeah, I got you. I got you on that. But I'm concerned because I have not seen Pred play like Pred since 2023. Pred has not had that takeover. Kismet has not played like the Bulldog since 2024 when Scrap shit talked him. And Celium's coming off an abysmal year with FaZe.
2022.
Yeah, I mean this team needs to figure some shit out.
Exnit is their most promising piece.
Yeah, but
you think it would be Celium, right?
Just that's what I'm saying.
FaZe roster. The FaZe, they had a really good regular season and the minor tournaments, but when it came to champs, that FaZe roster just didn't. They didn't do it. But Celium was their best player, in my opinion.
Just look at the standings. Look at the standings for their estimated standings for 2027 for this year. For Black Ops 7, they're still bottom. You would have hoped that because
everybody has Boston Breach 12.
and they finally, they got rid of that whole, oh, we're going to be just an all Saudi team. They finally understood we can't be that way if we want to compete. So they brought in players, but they didn't bring in the right players.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I think Pred can help Xnid unlock a little, but Xnid was still the one carrying you last year.
Is Mates on there twice for you guys for the standings?
Yeah, because M8 still there. They need to go. So technically, they would be. Yeah, they're still top 11.
Yeah.
But looking at this whole entire thing, I don't have faith for the Falcons.
The Falcons,
especially
there's no faith.
They need to do something. I don't know what that
the
change
colors,
is,
by
but
the way,
they need
are
to do
horrible
it.
as well. I hate the branding.
Yeah.
I hate it with passion.
I mean, here's the thing. Them rebranding to the Riyadh Falcons, I think the logo suits them a lot better. It's not Vegas Falcons logo. And I think them rebranding to Riyadh, where they're out of, gives more potential to the league to expand.
Yeah.
Like you look at if you look at Team Falcons, like the actual esports team that's based off of, they're like the best esports team right now. They won EWC 2 years in a row now?
Yes.
I think so.
And they're insane in Apex, they're insane in fucking, I don't know what they're fucking esports they play in, but they're insane in Apex. That's all I know. But their COD team is not it's not going up to the bar that the rest of their esports teams are going to.
Yeah.
It's really not. And now, because
they threw
of
the bag at Pred and Celium, so like I don't know how much cap space they have. So then they kept Kismet and Xnet, which I don't know. I don't know financials, but like this team just doesn't make sense, in my opinion.
Well, the other thing that comes into it, especially with that, is you're putting. So Pred and Xnid were the SMGs last year. You're now putting it as Kismet and Pred as the SMGs, and now you're putting Xnid on the flex.
I can't read it. Uh-oh.
I don't know why you would make that change. Put Kiz on the flex if you have to. For the love of God. For the love of God, put Pred. Pred played so much with an AR and SMG in 2023, and then he just refused to be a flex last year for Optic.
Yeah,
you put Pred at a flex role, I think he's going to flourish a lot more than being an SMG. He can be that fast-paced flex, but this team just doesn't make sense.
Only positive thing about this team is Pred and Celium's comms. That's all.
You're not going to be able to hear anything. Give me one shot. You're not going to be able to hear anything.
That's the funny part. That's the only thing that's positive about them. Like they could probably connect very well together, but they aren't winning anything anytime soon.
That team is just, I don't know. It depends on how the season goes, but I don't foresee them making champs, period. Now, we get into the rebranded Toronto Ultra. This is Cam's domain. This is where Cam loves.
I fucking love Ultra. Sorry, Koi. Sorry, I didn't mean to dead name you guys. I'm sorry.
You get rid of Beans. You also,
mistake, in my opinion,
get who was their other SMG that they had?
Abe.
Was it Abe?
It was Abe.
So you get rid of Beans and Abe.
Well, no, they didn't get rid of Abe. Well, they did get rid of Abe, but they moved CleanX to an AR flex role.
That's what it was.
Brought Abe in, yeah. I really like CleanX on the AR, not gonna lie. He's
now your team is Insight, CleanX, Joe Deceives, and Real. You pick up Real from that Miami Heretics team, which there was a lot of controversy about that when the offseason first started. Supposedly he made a verbal agreement to stay with Miami, and then he signed a contract with the Koi. So
the Koi.
Depending on pacing for Real and Joe Deceives, I think they can be a top 5 team, but
I think we're
it
sitting at
really
4.
depends on Insight. I think Insight has to have a good year or he's going out of the league.
Yeah.
I agree too.
I hate to say it. I think this is probably. I thought last year was his last chance, but clearly not. I honestly think that this year is his last chance because he was a UFA last year, right? Or this offseason he was unrestricted.
This offseason, yes.
Yeah.
And he got picked back up. Yeah, it's. I had really high hopes for him because he was rookie of the year the last Black Ops game before Black Ops 6. He was rookie of the year. He was fucking insane. That Ultra team with Vance and Cammy, and obviously Kleenex because Kleenex is never going to leave Ultra. Yeah, he was fucking crazy. I had really high expectations for him last year. He had a okay year on during MW3, but I feel like he kind of got overshadowed by Scrap. Same thing with MW2. He got overshadowed by Scrap because Scrap is the best AR in the fucking game. It's hard to compete with. I really hope he has a really good year this year. I really like him. I hope he stays on the team. But if he doesn't have a good, I want to say first 2 majors, I personally think he's going to get cut. And they're going to bring in some challengers AR who's really good.
Yeah, I think Insight's not going anywhere. I think he's the backbone of this Toronto team. Honestly, I think
Kleenex is
well, like what I'm saying is that Kleenex, if Kleenex has the keys, he's not getting rid of Insight. Those two are like boys. You know what I mean? That's the duo. So like
they've been a duo since Cold War.
No, BO4, I think.
No, they were
Cold War. They were teaming in a BO4 because I remember watching them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
they were on.
I didn't watch BO4.
They were on an EU team
together.
War.
I started in Cold War, so I'm not too sure.
They teamed in BO4. They broke up. Did Insight play in 2019?
No, we did
on
not.
The starting roster.
No.
Okay, then they played on the academy team as well. Then.
Yeah, that starting roster was it was Kleenex, Vance, Cammy, Methods, and I think Looney. I think that might be wrong. But once again, I didn't watch MW.
I think that was 6 players, and it was 5v5.
Okay,
but anyway, what I'm saying is,
I know Methods. Did I say Metals? I meant Methods.
You said Methods.
Okay.
I don't think that they're ever gonna split from each other. I mean that duo is tried and true. Insight, my bad. Insight's had a couple rough years back to back. I think this year he bounces back. I mean, with the sub duo like Riel and Joe Deceives. Oh man,
Joe Deceives is
families, bro.
Oh my god, Joe Deceives, man.
So good, bro.
I'm so happy he's on my fantasy team, dude. I'm so fucking happy.
So underrated too. Like that's gonna be a good team.
Yeah. And Kleenex, he's kind of like, I don't want to say flown under the radar, but people don't really talk about him. He's a fantastic SMG. He's one of the better in the league. He's kind of.
I'm actually excited to see him play on the flex.
It's not SMG.
I'm excited to see him play on the flex.
He played flex at EWC and they came 3rd. So
yeah. Looking at this team, I think Riel is a huge pickup for him. And yeah, just having Joe Deceives and Riel on the same team, it's gonna be nuts for sure.
Yeah.
I think it has a lot of potential, but it really does depend on how everybody gels together and how they're gonna play.
Well, that's not the issue. They're all gonna have really good chemistry with each other, right?
Yeah.
Because 2 of them are playing for fucking how long? Like 6 years now?
Yeah.
6 years in the league. And then Joe Deceives comes in. Fucking superstar last year. He was, what was he, like the 2nd best SMG or best SMG in the game?
Yeah.
It was insane last year. Yeah, he was putting up numbers. It was actually crazy. Riel, he's really good too. I'll give him that. He's really good. I don't know much about Riel, so.
Yeah.
What do we think about the rebrand?
I mean,
they're now the fish team, so
they finally went with the name that they've been doing for every other esport. They finally hit the koi part.
But the only issue is Ultra rolls off the tongue so nice. Like Toronto Ultra.
Yeah.
Now it's Toronto Koi. And I gotta buy a bunch of new merch now.
Listen,
So,
they got rid of the fucking squirrel, okay? They got rid of
don't
the
you dare
goddamn
diss Tilt.
squirrel.
Fuck you. Don't you dare diss Tilt.
His name is
I think-
Tilt?
Yes, his name is Tilt.
They
I
should
always thought he was just.
His name is Tilt. They got
That's
rid of my
crazy.
boy Tilt, man. I'm
That's
actually
crazy.
devastated. They should have kept Tilt or made him a fish or something. I don't know, man.
Honestly, I do enjoy this branding for Toronto Koi. I think that KOI on the back of the jerseys goes so hard. I enjoy that a lot.
Yeah, I do like the darker purple too.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I think Toronto Ultra has a ring to it a lot more than
It definitely
Toronto
does.
Koi.
It was they're one of
Okay.
the last teams who haven't rebranded.
I have to be honest. Does anybody see the koi fish in that motherfucker? Because I don't.
It's not supposed
It's
to
a
be a
koi fish?
It's not
Oh.
supposed to be a koi fish.
Is that really supposed to be a koi fish?
No,
Wait.
that's just the Koi's logo.
I think it's supposed to be a koi fish.
It's not okay. All right.
All right,
I'm
now
fucking rage baiting.
we come into the very last team. Coming off a champs appearance, coming off a EWC
Don't you-
finals appearance. All right, heard. They let go of everybody.
Everybody, coach and everything.
Really?
Gone. Rambo Ray is no longer
Rambo's
coaching
not
them.
there no more.
They have a brand new coach. They have a brand new. I think they're now owned by the Vancouver Canucks.
Fuck off. No, they're not.
Yes, they are. I'm pretty positive they're owned by the Canucks now. But
So
you
a dog
drop
shit,
everyone.
hockey team owns a dog shit COD team. Got it. I'm gonna get flashbang
And you bring
again.
in one
fuck.
veteran player in Gwyn. Surrounded by a whole
Oh
bunch
my
of
God,
rookies. And no
They
offense,
are owned by.
one of the
fucking
rookies played for the Optic Halo team and has never played COD.
I
He's
think
not
he
doing,
got-
he's not doing good.
He got replaced today.
Did
I
he?
think I saw a tweet. that he got
No.
replaced. Was that someone else?
Yeah,
You're
I
thinking
think
of the
it's-
Optic Challengers team.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because
Yeah,
Bound
didn't
decided he didn't want to
Bound-
really
Bound
play
retired.
anymore.
Okay.
Uh,
I don't know. The
But-
only hope for this team is Gwen, Abe, and maybe Lunars. But
Abe is pretty
think
good. I'm not only
Lunar's
saying that
last
'cause he was
year-
on Ultra. He's pretty good.
I
Yeah.
think Lunars last year had a good shot, but he was on the wrong team.
Fuck yeah, he was.
yeah, it was.
I
That,
think he
was
can be a
that-
gross
He was
player.
horrible.
It was
Yeah.
terrible. Absolutely
What was he on
terrible.
last year again?
Gentlemates.
Oh, yeah. He didn't really get to play that much.
Nah, I mean, yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think this team for me, unless I see something else and they gel, I think they're bottom 12. I don't think they're making champs.
I have them above Carolina, honestly.
Okay.
I think Gwen can single-handedly win them games.
Yeah.
Abe's really good. If Lunars plays the way he did in Challengers, he's going to be great. If he plays the way he did in the CDL, it's not going to be a good showing. Legend,
Yeah.
If Legend can figure out how to play COD, he's going to be good. I mean, he's mechanically gifted. He shoots very straight. His movements are really good. He just doesn't know what's going on half the time.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
You know what's crazy though is looking back at it, Shotzi came from Halo. So is
Yeah,
there any
yeah.
chance that anybody that comes from Halo over to COD, do you think there's any chance that they'll be really good?
Well, Shotzi also struggled right away too.
Yeah.
So I
it's
say
kinda-
give him to like halfway through the year, and then we judge him,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
or
I
at least
think
after
this-
makes one.
I think this is a very good chance of being like a Shotzi thing. Legend
that's fair.
could
Yeah.
100% pop off, become rookie of the year and MVP in the same season. Like Shotzi did the first year of the CDL. But it also really depends on how he's used. I do not think the way that they have it right now, Legend should not be an AR. He needs to be an SMG. He needs the freedom to
agree.
run. You either have to put Gwen or Abe on that flex. And you have to
I
have
think Abe would be a
Lunars
better
holding it
suited
down.
flex.
Yeah, you have to have Lunars holding down spawns. You have to let Legend run. You cannot hold
You
him
have to, because
behind
you
a
have to
heady.
let him get in all the engagements. You have to. For him to get the flow of COD, you have to let him run. You have to.
100%. I honestly think that this team right now, I agree with Prophecy. You put them below Carolina, but if they use Legend in the right way and Legend picks it up, I think he's good to run, and I think he will be good to run.
Yeah.
Now that we've talked about all the teams, we talked about all the players, all the changes.
We were on Optic for like half an hour, dog.
Facts.
Spent most time on Breach, by the way.
It's like half an hour on Optic.
we spent a lot of time on Breach, but I also had to show that comeback.
Yeah, dog shit.
I want to know what you guys think. Let me see.